Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Today's January 20th, 2016. One of the mainstream headlines is that a staffer for Ben Carson died in a van accident yesterday. And what I am 100% confident about is that this is a contrived story, a tribute to the Freemasons, which Ben Carson is, a Masonic man, as I have exposed before. We're going to take this article apart. I'm going to show you how it's a contrived story, and it's even a tribute to Janice Joplin, if you can believe it. So notice the headline: Carson staffer dies in Iowa van accident. Accident in simple English gematria sums to 59. In Jewish gematria, this is the kill number, 59. Oftentimes, accidents do result in death, the killing of people. 59 is also a number stamped on black Americans. The word Negro equals 59, slave equals 59, blues equals 59. Motown Records came out in 59. The word Rasta has gematria of 59. So does the word tiger. Think about the children saying, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, pick a nigger by its toe. For children, they say tiger instead, but the original saying is nigger. So tiger is the substitute word. The word nigger itself has a gematria of 42, another number stamped on black Americans. Think about how Jackie Robinson, first black baseball player in the white major leagues, wearing the number 42. I have countless videos on the significance of 59 and 42 in light of black Americans. I've even talked about this in previous Ben Carson videos, because Dr. Ben Carson in gematria sums to 59. No coincidence. I'm not even sure that Dr. Ben Carson is a real doctor. In prior videos, I've talked about how he went to Yale and at age 33 was made the department head of Johns Hopkins, the youngest age any person had ever been made a head at that hospital. Yale, where Ben Carson went, is the home of the Masonic Order Skull and Bones. Johns Hopkins, the hospital, was created by alumni of Skull and Bones. He went from Yale to Johns Hopkins. The Freemasons are obsessed with the number 33. George W. Bush is a member of Skull and Bones. He became president 33 years after graduating from Skull and Bones, and he has a life number of 33. Anyhow, this story is a tribute to Skull and Bones, Freemasons, and Janice Joplin. And the recording industry is controlled by the Freemasons and the Zionist Jews, the same people who control the politicians, the same people who control the record studios, Hollywood, sports leagues, all of it. The Masons run this world, which is the message I'm trying to get through to people. And I keep showing people how these news stories are contrived nonsense by the numbers. Notice they say that the kid killed, the staffer, was 25 years old, and his name was Braden Joplin. The name Braden has gematria of 44, which is the kill number in simple English. 44 and 59 often show up together. Braden in an accident. Notice this is the headline for January 20th. The name Braden Joplin equals 120, kind of like 1/20 for January 20th. Today even has numerology of 57, like his name in Pythagorean gematria. Again, this is a headline for today, about a death yesterday. In history, Janis Joplin, the rock star, died January 19th. This Braden Joplin, she was born January 19th. Her birthday was yesterday. Of course, she passed away. But this man died yesterday on her birthday. Braden Joplin dies on Janis Joplin's birthday. If Janis Joplin was alive, she would have turned 73 years old yesterday. The word sacrifice has a gematria of 73. 25, his age, Braden Joplin, has gematria of 149, just like Skull and Bones. Again, Ben Carson, very likely a member of Skull and Bones, or at least affiliated with the fraternity. He went to school at Yale, where it is, and again, he was made department head at Johns Hopkins, which is a hospital created by Skull and Bones. And if you're not aware, Freemasonry has a major hand in the hospitals of this nation. The first children's hospitals were created by Freemasons. Look into the Shriners and their rule over hospitals in this nation. The Freemasons control a lot. The reason they want to control the hospitals is because they also control disease and illness, making sure we continue to die and suffer from needless illness that we spend lots of money on. A lot of Freemasons in high places benefiting from our suffering. As for this death being on January 19th, that sequence of numbers 119 will remind people a lot of September 11th. Star of David, the symbol of the Zionists, who are Masons, gematria of 119. All-seeing eye, gematria of 119. On our money are the symbols for the all-seeing eye as well as the Star of David. Those symbols have been there for longer than the state of Israel that uses the Star of David as its flag. The Zionists have been around for a long time. Ben Carson is credited with separating conjoined twins at the head, named the Binder twins, the first time the surgery was ever performed in history. I challenge you to go look up information on the Binder twins. You won't be able to find anything besides the bullshit story that he did this surgery. I guarantee you this never happened. Just think about their name, Binder. We're talking about kids bound at the head. Binder twins has gematria of 137. 137 is the 33rd prime number. Ben Carson made the head at the hospital at age 33. Again, truth seeker. I'm not sure this guy's a real doctor. He comes across as not very bright. He makes a lot of idiotic statements. When he talks, he seems hollow. Just wait until we watch what he said about this supposed death. Here's what else is interesting. Iowa in Jewish gematria sums to 960. In numerology, 0 doesn't count. 96 is the number of Freemason. Ben Carson, a Freemason. Look at what this says. Van accident. I want to show you what's up with van accident in light of it being in Iowa. Van accident has gematria of 96 just like Freemason. And the small way, van accident equals 42 just like Freemason the small way. Coded story, not real news, bogus information. Why do they do this to us? Because it's just another story of death and sadness. One more thing to marinate in your brain that's not helping you out. As I continue to say, the mainstream media is not here to help us. It is psychological programming. It is false stories, false narratives, continuous. He died in Atlantic, Iowa, or near there. That location has gematria of 47, like Star of David the Small Way, the Zionist symbol. The Zionist state of Israel was established in the year 47 on the 333rd day of the year by a 33-member vote from the United Nations. Anyway, president has gematria of 47. He's a staffer for a presidential campaign. Here's the picture of him. If he really died, truth seeker, it's a ritual sacrifice. But I have a feeling that this isn't a real character. He might be a young little Mason himself. Maybe this was his actor name just for this role. You know, who knows what this guy's real identity is? Ben Carson supposedly tweets at 508. Freemasonry the small way equals 58. Dr. Ben Carson, 59. You see what's going on here, truth seeker? This whole guy's life is just a bunch of lies. You know that story about him supposedly almost stabbing someone, but he hit the belt buckle? Belt buckle has gematria of 93, just like propaganda. All you get from Ben Carson are propaganda stories. This guy's a contrived character. Now let's listen to what he said about the death of this young staffer.
We had an opportunity to to meet with the family and with the other injured members of the team. And, obviously it's a very, very difficult time for them. This kind of situation never gets easy, no matter how many times you've been through it. And I hope his death will not be in vain.
Did you just hear what he said, Truth Seeker? I hope his death will not be in vain. That doesn't make any sense. We're talking about a car accident. What did he die for? He died in an accident. To die in vain means that you died for nothing. When you die in a car accident, you don't say, I hope he didn't die in vain. It just doesn't make sense. That's not how the phrase is used.
He wanted America to be a kinder and a gentler place. There are those who think there is no room for kindness and gentleness.
I just have to pause. I cannot stand listening to Ben Carson talk. He's an Uncle Tom. He's a liar. I mean, what is he even saying here? This is the guy who a couple months ago was trying to act like he was a big badass, always, fighting people and almost stabbing them in their belt buckle. These people they have go before us and that the sheep will follow, it just makes me sick. Go look at some of the comments on my video from months ago exposing what a fraud this guy is. Go see what the sheeple wrote. People really need to wake up.
But there is. And it doesn't mean that you can't get things done. He got a lot done. Life is so fleeting. And we have to make the most of every bit of it that we can. But if every one of us could just think about how we can make somebody else's life better. What a fitting...
Let's just pause right there. If this guy wants to make people's lives better, he can admit that he's a fraud, he's lied his whole life, he's never separated any conjoined twins at the head, there's no such thing as the Binder twins, that he's a Freemason sellout, that he's self-interested, that he be's an Uncle Tom so that he can be this person on the TV screen getting attention. I just can't stand listening to frauds speak. Soft-spoken salesmen make me sick. The sheeple of this world, so many of them, they go for that soft-spoken. They like that. They think that's a sign of a good person. They hear someone like me with some passion in their voice, and they think something's wrong. Ooh, that person sounds angry. Everyone should be angry in this nation. We've all been lied to from day one by deceivers like this. Oh my goodness.
Tribute that would be to Braden.
What a fraud. So I noticed that kid had a Texas Tech emblem on his shirt. Mr. Joplin, who dies on Janice Joplin's birthday. Texas Tech Truth Seeker, 33. The number of obsession for the Freemasons. Ben Carson, made department head at 33 at Johns Hopkins. You see what's going on here? Zionism and Masonry both equal 105, like Texas Tech the big way. And that's who runs it, the Freemasons and the Zionists. Ben Carson, one of their many puppets. If they're on the TV, don't trust them. Until next time.